politically, which enables him to plan. Then the economic performance of the country is something we have to also make sure we reckon with. What drives investment is whatever expected return we think we can get from for any investor, it is the return that matters. And when there's economic stability combined with political stability, returns are definitely will be modest and good.
The banking sector has been growing rapidly and is doing well when the new commercial banks are enhancing savings and providing credits to locals.
The banking system is currently undergoing very significant transformation. We have seen some increased employment in the sector and the use of new technologies to deliver services, as well as an expansion in the number of bank branches. Compared to the end of 2007, when we had just 41 bank branches in the country, as of now we have 60 bank branches. So we have been able to expand access to financial services for many of our people, as the banks have taken banking services closer and closer to the doorsteps of the people.
This has been boosting commercial activity in the urban and peri-urban areas where people have access to capital for business.
The Gambian economy is doing well, and if the economy is doing well, it gives signals to investors. And also, in addition to the relative peace and stability that we enjoy in the country, coupled with good economic management, banks come into the country in order to strategically position themselves with a view to moving out to other areas. And we want to assure the Gambian public that their funds are in safe hands, because both the ministry and the central bank continuously monitor the performance of these banks to ensure that they remain sound and healthy, so that depositors' funds are protected.
It is the positive result we were able to generate as a newcomer from 2002 that attracted a number of these new banks to come to the Gambia. So we know that as a matter of fact.
An increase in the availability of credit has also led to an increase in investment and consumer spending. Banks in the Gambia are not integrated into the international financial systems and are not directly affected by an international financial crisis. The country's central bank is highly renowned for its responsiveness in ensuring a viable banking sector.
The government has taken steps in light of the recent crisis in the financial sector around the world to ensure that the central bank has better tools to manage the financial system. And in relation to this, in 2009, the National Assembly passed the Banking Act 2009, which gives the central bank more powers to manage the financial system and to regulate and supervise the financial system. And the central bank has increased the minimum capital for commercial banks from $60 million to $200 million. And this is to be met by all new banks coming into the country who would now meet this $200 million minimum capital requirement.
The Gambia uses a strong local currency known as the dalasi, which has periodically appreciated against major international currencies such as the US dollar and the pound sterling. Foreign reserves remain comparatively strong, averaging at least 4 months of imports. With an economy of this nature, the Gambia has been able to win the confidence of international donors such as the World Bank, African Development Bank, and the European Union, who continue to provide budget support to the government.
As a result of good economic management, we were able to convince both the World Bank and the African Development Bank to give us budget support. In the past, this has been very difficult because before a donor gives you budget support, they need to have confidence in your systems and your processes, that they are transparent, they are accountable, and therefore they can be confident that when they give you their resources, you will be able to account properly on the use of those funds. And this is has been amply demonstrated, and as a result, the European Union has also agreed to give us some budget support, and we are working with them to finalize all the requirements in order for this budget support to be disbursed.
The country is also benefiting in debt relief, which releases substantial resources for investment in poverty reduction activities.
The strong performance of the Gambian economy is endorsed by our external partners. During the course of 2009, the International Monetary Fund completed successfully the fourth and the fifth reviews of the Poverty Reduction and Growth Facility. And they concluded that the Gambia performed well. In addition to that, the West African Monetary Institute in September 2009 concluded a surveillance mission in the Gambia, which concluded that the Gambia was amongst the strongest performers in the West African Monetary Zone convergence process, having met 3 out of the 4 primary criteria.
The Gambia's sound economic footing and effective financial system are anchored upon a robust institutional infrastructure. The country has a centralized revenue collecting institution comprising the Customs and Excise and Income Tax departments.
The rationale behind establishing the Gambia Revenue Authorities was to merge the 2 tax departments so that at least we can share our mega resources and maximize revenue. And I can safely say yes, since the commencement and the establishment of the GRA, we have really seen progress in terms of revenue mobilization.
The Gambia Revenue Authority has been working to maximize revenue collection, enhance tax administration, and encourage compliance among taxpayers.
When the Gambia Revenue Authority was established and set up in 2006, our first year of operation in 2007, we definitely realized major revenue performance by the authority, because the revenue target that was set up by government in that year, the authority was able to surpass it by 10%.
There is an ongoing modernization program and several innovative measures have been undertaken. From an income tax automated system, the Permanent Tax Identification Number, or TIN, is generated, which taxpayers use in all their financial and other transactions. The number enables effective tax compliance through the sharing of information between the various ministries and public institutions. It is relevant to domestic tax of all categories, including income derived from employment, businesses, and capital gains. The TIN is important in helping people obtain clearance certificates or licenses from government, municipal, and local authorities. Like many other countries, the Gambia is prone to challenges in lack of accurate, timely, and appropriate budget and accounting information.
In the past, there has been experiences where government has experienced a lot of backlog in publishing its accounts, and in fact producing the accounts was very difficult because the system was more or less manual, and as a result we have introduced new reforms in the area of budgeting, accounting, and reporting through the introduction of the Integrated Financial Management Information System, IFMIS. And with IFMIS today, you are able to properly budget your activities, monitor implementation of your budget, and produce reports and accounts on a timely basis.
This could lead to inadequate systems for collection and tracking of revenue, as well as a backlog of unreconciled bank accounts, among other constraints. But aware of the need to strengthen its financial management system, the government introduced the Integrated Financial Management Information System, or IFMIS, to improve the efficiency of public financial management through information technology.
One more.
The Gambia IFMIS is a software application that combines budget preparation and execution, accounting, payroll, financial management, and reporting activities. It is programmed to electronically avail data entered at one point to the next stage without the duplication of data entry activities. With the IFMIS, a centralized data management and monitoring approach is used, where the ministries and departments manage all entry and security related to their data.